So my name is Val Fajardo. I'm an associate professor and Canada Research Chair from the Department of Kinesiology at Brock University in Ontario, Canada. We joined the AWGs back in 2021 after publishing a paper that was authored by a PhD student in my lab. Her name's Jessica Braun. We published that paper and we submitted our raw data set to NASA's Open Science Data Repository. And while we're in that process, we were invited to the community by Ryan Scott, and we gladly accepted. And I'll say this, that having Ryan as a colleague has been nothing but great for me. So the AWG community has helped facilitate our research mainly by providing my lab and the trainees in my lab with valuable opportunities to network and showcase our research. We've presented our research a few times now to this community through various workshops and symposiums, and they were all valuable experiences, especially for the trainees in my lab, as it provides them with that exposure, which I think is really important in terms of ensuring their future success. The NBISC tissue repository has elevated my lab's research program and profile. We were always interested in the cellular mechanisms that underpin several muscle wasting conditions that manifest here on Earth. And to have the opportunity to determine whether these same mechanisms apply during spaceflight has been extremely rewarding. So we received these muscle samples and we got to test a lot of the pathways that we're interested with here on Earth with the various muscle wasting conditions. So these samples that we've received from NBISC has in many ways catapulted my lab's spaceflight research program. It's helped me secure external research funds from the Canadian Space Agency and CIHR, which is really impactful for us. And we hope to learn a lot more about how muscle wasting occurs in space, but also how it occurs in Earth. We had this full circle experience where we were taking tissues out for the Rodent Research 20 mission to be used for the biospecimen sharing program. And I thought that was really unique because we took advantage of things like that program, like the NBISC tissue repository, and here we are now feeding that forward or paying that forward. We used samples that were previously collected, and now we are collecting samples to maybe get used by other researchers in the future. So in terms of the availability of the samples, our lab received muscle samples from ground controls, the two ground controls, and the flight samples from male and female mice. So that was really important from Rodent Research Mission 1 and 9. So to have both biological sexes was really important for our own research. I think, receiving these muscle samples from the NBISC tissue repository has widened the research profile of the trainees in my lab and has led to future collaborations with various NASA-affiliated researchers and ongoing collaborations for the Rodent Research Mission 20. In fact, my lab was invited to participate in the sample collection for Rodent Research Mission 20, and we actually conducted some contractile experiments, and we have 2 manuscripts that are in progress right now. I'm happy to see that the training that my HGP receive here in my lab gets to be utilized and applied into other exciting opportunities and projects, specifically with NASA. The advice I'd give to those who are starting to work with or contribute data to the OSDR would be take your time and ask questions. Everyone we have worked with personally at NASA have been nothing but supportive on our end. So the help is really there. At times, you might feel a little bit daunted by what may seem like an added step of depositing raw data sets, but in my opinion, it's really worth it. Who knows, your data set might end up being used by GeneLab, and it might lead to additional publications, which happened on our end and has been nothing but fantastic. This really is a great initiative. I'm proud to be a part of it. I'm proud to be a part of Open Science. It really does seem like the best way to move forward in terms of maximizing data usage and research exposure, and also to maintain the integrity of science. I share data, I share protocols, with researchers across the globe. And when I meet with new researchers who I've given my protocols to, they're always like, I can't believe you just emailed us your protocol. Like, why not? Like, it's open science. It's the only way to move forward. I think open science to me, if everyone is open about their science and their protocols, then we all can just learn so much more from one another.